Thanks for joining us again, episode 2 of Sealed for Good, Gripset. And today we want to talk about something that's pretty dear to myself and many of my staff and our team, a system we've developed over the last couple of years called our GC System. Many of you may not know this, but although Gripset's well known for its liquid membrane range and what we produce, I actually started out in the sheet membrane range 30 years ago, where we actually manufactured a bitumen sheet. We were one of the few manufacturers of that in Australia at the time. And then we had broadened our horizons from that and got into liquid systems and ventured off into those areas. But the GC range was developed for a few reasons, and not that we see it as a replacement for our liquid systems, but almost an alternative for certain situations and when you'd use that. So why was it developed? Well, look, there is, as many of you should know, there is not one fix for every application out in the market. So there are jobs, whether they be underground, roofing, internal, external, where you can't use the one product or the one system that's going to solve everything. So we've recognised there was areas in the Gripset range and Gripset system where we could enhance and improve and offer more for our customers and for the industry. So we had developed the GC range to enable us to provide a system that was a lot more durable, uniform, and could overcome a lot of the limitations that liquids provide. So the GC system, I might start off, if I hold the GC1, it actually helps me explain what it is and how it's used. The GC1, or the GC system, is based on a sheet of polyethylene plastic that's inside the membrane. So basically, this sheet is waterproof. It doesn't require on embedding or having a liquid membrane or adhesive weep through it, like a fiberglass system, etc., or a reinforcing fabric. The sheet is waterproof in its own right. And we've got grades of it with different facings and surfaces that give different features and properties. But the GC1, if I explain that in its simplest form, is a sheet of polythene film, and we have it backed on both sides with a specific type of fabric. And that fabric has been designed to do two things. One is to enable it to bond to a surface, and more importantly, to allow surface finishes to bond to it. And so we use an alkaline resistant type fabric, because 90% of the times we have cement-based systems that will go over the top of these products, and being alkaline resistant, it won't break down to the alkalinity in cement, adhesives, mortars, screeds, etc. Why did we develop it? Well, look, as we know, we're entering into the winter months now, and there's always challenges with winter and wet weather and cold weather and humidity, because even our customers in Asia have this challenge. And so what the GC system allows is, firstly, the application time to be cut sometimes in half. So for the smart guys out there that are waterproofers, you need to understand that it's your time where the cost is, and not just the materials. And I know a lot of guys want to say, well, this bucket costs $50 and this one's $60, so I'm going to go with the $50 pail. It ain't like that. You need to look at where your time is spent, because that's what's going to burn application time on site and your costs. It's the big chunk of it. And so GC was developed to enable faster, rapid time for the applicator. Secondly, the client that you're working for, or the builder, is going to benefit from that, because applications are finished. Now, if you've got a home with maybe 1 or 2 showers or a balcony, yes, you might be playing against God with the weather and winter, and getting it done quicker will help you get on to the next job. But if you've got a multi-storey apartment or commercial works, this is where the real benefits lie, because there's no waiting around watching paint dry. You're in there, you lay this down, it's done, and the next trays can come in. It is immediately waterproof. There's no waiting time for the waterproofing effect to happen. The benefit of this over other sheet systems is that we don't have welding, we don't have heating, we don't have any toxic adhesives. It's a real simple system the way we've developed it. We've got 2 adhesives in our range that have been developed. The one is for porous and one's for non-porous surfaces, and they go across all our GC products. And the time efficiency is one, but then there's all the other benefits. You know, being a sheet with a high strength, it's got high tensile, it's got fantastic anti-fracture properties, very good crack resistance. So it's not just good in a new construction site or new dwelling, but ideal for the repair market. That is the big challenge out there. Our tech services department are forever talking with clients around the country and overseas about repairs and how we fix those. And this is where this system was developed to enhance that. So look, there is a bit of a buzz out in the market at the moment with GC, and we're proud to say that. We've enabled a lot of clients to learn how to make more money on their waterproofing jobs. And at the same time, even though we've developed this and we make liquid membranes, there's a mix of what the applicator's got. They can still use the standard liquid systems for jobs because, again, the sheet's not for everybody and not for every application. But particularly for the challenging jobs, we can offer a longer warranty. This has far greater durability with a number of different properties with it, and hence where we've brought it to market that way, and it's started to really pick up. There's applicators out there that are not just offering it to their clients, but their clients are asking them to start to use it because they've seen their buildings are being done quicker. And particularly this time of year with balconies and decks, where you might lay it down one morning and it's going to rain that afternoon, the GC system does overcome that. It is a rapid time waterproofing system. So look, we are going to be talking more specifically about the various GC grades in our range, but one of the primary things we had put in the development of it, that our elastoproof bond breaking system could still be used with all the different grades. So whether it's our GC systems for internal, external, underground, immersed areas, we take care of all those joints and junctions. The bond break is taken care of the same method. Again, without any welding, without any heating, without any solvent systems involved. And for us, GC, we're really excited about it because we know that we can offer now a real bulletproof system that can provide clients with a long-term waterproofing system they may want in their applications for virtually the life of the building. We're going to get more specifically into the GC range shortly in the next few episodes, but what I would love to hear from any of our applicators or customers out there, or just those that are inquiring and new to Gripset, fill through some questions to us. If you've seen the GC range out on site, have got questions about how it's used, potentially maybe other sheet systems you've seen and how you think it might compare, let's get a discussion going. Let's have that chat, and we'll bring it to the board. We want to engage the public here and get the community moving on it, because we're all about improving the game. So till episode 3, we'll see you then.